Hey everyone, welcome back to Change Your Perspective, Change Your Awareness, Change Your Life. Dr. Michelina AF here, and this is talking about the conflicts that arise in our lives, and it's one that I thankfully don't really struggle with or don't really embark on too much. And this is conflict of person versus nature. And I was actually talking to someone yesterday, and he was like, yeah, I love pitting myself against nature. I love being in the rugged terrains. I like to be in the mountains, and I love to be on the slopes, and I love to be doing this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, yeah, not your girl. Like, catch me reading in the cabin, catch me not facing the elements. For me, I'm like, the elements always win. Man versus nature is an uphill battle, no pun intended. Because man versus nature is like, you are setting yourself up to fail a little bit. There is no way you're gonna beat nature, but you can overcome in nature, right? So I say this a lot, and you see it in literature, you see it in life, where like people try to scale a mountain, right? I was on TikTok and I saw somebody who had like 4 frostbitten black fingers, and it was because he scaled a mountain with his team, right? And at what point, do you face the terrain and win, but still kind of lose? And that's what happened there, right? He scaled the summit. He lost 4 fingers in the process. And we see people doing that all the time, where it's like they have this call to adventure. They have this call to explore. They have this call to examine things in nature. They want to go hike. They want to go climb. They want to go surf. They want to go scuba. They want to explore the unknown territories. And that is a man versus nature conflict, right? And so when you do that, you are challenging yourself physically and mentally and emotionally. You are doing a lot of self-inflicted challenge, self-inflicted adversity, which makes you usually stronger, right? It makes you usually stronger. And we see it all the time. Like, if you guys ever read Into the Wild by John Krakauer, it's about Chris McCandless, and he's this guy who went and tried to live in Alaska, and he ended up not living to tell the tale, but someone else told the tale for him. And there is this sort of wilderness spirit that some people have. And I'm saying this, even though I don't struggle with it, I have no desire to explore the unknown parts of the world, right? I'm very little desire to do that. But if you are somebody who does have that desire, you want to be very mindful of that about yourself. What does that say about you, right? Any conflict, any adversity that you're facing should be a self-reflection of, what does it say about me that I'm in this position? That's always a thing you should do. You should look at adversity and you should be like, hey, what does this say about me that I'm in this position? If you are in a man versus nature conflict where you put yourself, let's say, ultimately, why? You're an explorer, maybe. You're an overcomer. You want to feel that kind of power in a way that is different. It's a very unique thing to be in nature sort of that way. Now, there's also the other thing of, you didn't put yourself in that conflict. Let's say you've experienced a flood or a fire or some kind of natural disaster. That is a man versus nature conflict as well. Now, if you have had that and you did not put yourself in it, or you did not intentionally put yourself in it, maybe, your son started a fire in your house and you lost everything, or, maybe there was a flood in your town and your house got flooded. That's adversity. It's not necessarily a conflict, but it's an adversity that you have dealt with, and it happens all the time. That is a man versus nature conflict, and you did not intentionally put yourself in it, but you still had to deal with that level of adversity. That doesn't require a, hey, what does this say about me? That requires a, hey, like, how am I coping with this? Right? That's a different type of a thing. You didn't intentionally put yourself in that situation. So, hey, how am I coping with this? Am I coping with this? Have I dealt with the loss and the grief that came with this adversity? Or is it manifesting as trauma? And I don't know the answer to that. Only you know the answer, right? So with man versus nature, there's a couple different ways intentionally putting yourself in it versus inadvertently being thrust into it. And I will just say those are hard conflicts because man never wins. Man rarely wins in a man versus nature conflict. Or if they do win, it's like at what cost? And not that you lose as much as you gain in the triumph and the tribulations of the thing, but a lot of times there's some loss because nature is a tough teacher. Nature is a tough teacher, you know, and if you have that conflict that arises in your life, if you've seen it, the man versus nature conflict, it is adversity. It is a conflict of sorts. If you've never thought about it that way, then this is why we're changing your perspective and we're changing your awareness. And maybe, hey, we're changing your life. I don't know. You know, I don't. But yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up because it is a conflict style. It is part of the adversity that you may or may not have faced in your life. And I firmly believe that everybody has faced at least 2 to 3 of these these conflicts in their life, these conflict styles. So if man versus nature is one for you, just want to make you aware of it, want you to kind of evaluate critically. If it doesn't apply to you, then hey, just put it on the shelf and you probably popped off already. And so I'll keep bringing you all of these kind of insights and discussions for the next couple days with adversity, and then we'll move on to something else. But I hope this is helping your transformation. I hope this is helping you show up in different perspective, different power, different awareness. And I hope that it's helping with your introspection. That's what we're here for. And if you are trying to 10x your transformation, if you are coming out of awareness and you're coming into action, I've got 2 courses, both of which are available at acornsandoaks.thx.tv, and you can get them there. They're relatively low priced so that you can start, 10xing that growth right away. If you like what you're seeing here, like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, grow the channel, let the people know, and I will see you guys on the next video.